Yeah, so I didn't feel like bringing in my massive collection of Final Fantasy titles for the opening shot, like I did the last time I played a Theatrhythm game. Deal with it! I had better things to do. And by better things, I mean playing this freaking game. You think you enjoyed a nostalgia fest last time, buddy? Just hold on to your chocobo because things are about to get crazy. Almost like a, wait for it, crazy chocobo. Be going off the rails too. Sure, the original curtain call wasn't for everyone. There were only 3 basic game modes, 3 basic song modes, and some collectible stuff. And even then, unlocking things was a right chore. In Curtain Call, though, Square Enix have taken just about every knob, dial, and turny button thing up to 11. Or 14, rather, since this is apparently the point at which that game can be spoken of without fear of reprisal. Y'shtola gets some love, and tracks like Under the Weight bring the rock. Get it? Because it's what plays when you fight Titan. I kill him. The track list has expanded from 3 songs per game to as many as they feel like jamming in, from the 2 meager offerings from Mystic Quest to 9 and 10's 14 apiece. What's that? Yeah, that's right, I said Mystic Quest. I'll also say Tactics and Crystal Chronicles if you give me the time to do so, and all the offshoots of 7 and all 3 13s and exclusive tracks from both Dissidias, and we're not even getting into the DLC, which threw all caution to the wind. You want a Mikote White Mage trotting through Shibuya? Here's a Mikote White Mage trotting through Shibuya. Sure, the game says Final Fantasy on it, and all the on-cart music is in fact from Final Fantasy, but Square's not above pinging you a bucket track if you want to diversify into some other staples of the RPG genre. You want The World Ends With You? Have a couple tracks. How about Xenogears? That's on there. Bravely Default? Yep. Chrono Trigger too. Various Romancing Saga tracks, a few pieces from the Mana series, even including one from Seiken Densetsu 3, and they've been trying to disavow knowledge of that for decades now. That's not stopping them. Hell, you've got 3 playable characters and several tracks from Final Fantasy Final Fantasy Type O, and that's only been recently announced for Western Shores. Theatrhythm doesn't give the slightest damn, there's awesome music to be had. The gameplay is largely unchanged from the original, save for the addition of critical triggers that either do more damage in battle or can drop bonus items in the field and event scenes should you hit them square on the nose. The Chaos Shrine battles, though, have been replaced by a new Quest Medley mode where you get to pilot your team of classic Final Fantasy heroes across an overworld and a dungeon, knocking down bosses, unlocking doors, racking up EXP, and tinkering with your team's skills loadout as you go. Each map offers chances that those shards would unlock more playable characters, though this time you're offered your choice from a lineup of a half dozen or so each time you collect the requisite number of gems. If you've got a particularly bountiful map, or you just love that it ends with Battle on the Big Bridge and want to share the Final Fantasy V love, you can pin it to your Profa card to be shared with your Street Pass connections, or the combatants you face in the PvP mode. Oh yeah, there's a PvP mode. Perhaps one of the most glaring flaws of the original Theatrhythm is that there wasn't much interaction besides sharing your dark boots. Here, yeah, that's all going out the window. You've got head-to-head options against increasingly difficult AI opponents, local opponents, or online foes, which you can restrict to domestic or international challengers. Because the meaning of Final Fantasy fandom is beating up some unfortunate named Hana with Team Heroine's holdfast right here. Ladies of Vana'diel represent. You've got your choice of a straight score attack, or can allow for game-changing EX bursts, which increase your opponent's difficulty by tightening their window for hitting notes or screwing with their display. Certainly adds a level of difficulty, but I feel they can get a bit overwhelming, especially since you can't really control which attacks you use against your opponent. And it seems like they always use monster boost or mystery triggers, preventing you from figuring out which way to slide your styles. Then monsters jump down your throat. Hell, even the card collection system returns, with its 3 grades of rarity for each of the characters, foes, and classic monsters. But unlike last time, when they were just pretty pieces of cardboard, Curtain Call allows you to burn these cards for permanent stat boosts to your combatants, with bonuses to success rate and critical rate for matching like cards, like titles, or like categories. Really, the only thing you're missing from the previous version are a couple of the event videos, since every track from the original Theatrhythm, and every DLC track for that matter, is available pretty much right away. Well, except for the one outlying song from Final Fantasy Versus 13, because that doesn't exist anymore. Awkward. Anyway, yeah, it's largely a bunch of cutesy graphics laid over top of a recycled set of game mechanics and the music from a number of other games. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Sure, you don't get the inter-character interactions, that's the Dissidia's thing. What you do get is over 200 of the best tracks in the history of video gaming, a healthy challenge, several dozen iconic characters to level up, and oh yeah, once you unlock songs in the music player, you can wire your 3DS up into your car's stereo and jam out to the Final Fantasy VII motorcycle chase theme as you speed down the interstate. I may speak from experience.